It's funny. I don't think I've ever seen Congress not on this slide. Maybe for a year or two in the beginning. I'm what they call an elder millennial. Right at that tail end, right when we flipped from Gen X to millennial was my cohort, right? And we're a very special group because we kind of saw technology before it became ubiquitous. I remember when I was a kid and like the big Commodore 64 blocky computers, right? Whereas like even a 32-year-old who might be on my reporting team has no memory of that. There was just always computers in school. They didn't sort of see the beginning of that assimilation. And I mention that because that's kind of how I feel about modern politics. I started in 2005, and there was only that first year where we were writing for print as opposed to the web. Like they actually would call it the web. Oh, you think you want to write for the web today? They would say idly in 2005. So I saw right the beginning of, a transition in Congress that I frankly time almost exactly to journalism's own transition to being like a digital medium primarily. I mean, I still read the Dead Tree paper, but not a lot of people do. So it's interesting that you ask, what I have to compare this to, because I don't compare it to anything that might be called normal. I also think, there's aspects of the era before this one that weren't as good. There were not as many women in the press corps. The press corps has been getting steadily more diverse. So has Congress itself. So I might sound Pollyanna in saying that it hasn't all been crazy and bad, because a lot of it has been crazy. But there's also been really good changes. And I would not say, reporting on the Hill since 2005, that I've ever seen what people might call like the normal old days.